I'm not the judgmental type, but he smelled like rotten butt fungus. Welcome back to another video, guys, and thank you so much for 1.1k subscribers. Before this video starts, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much, and if you are new, subscribe. So today's gonna be another story time video, and it's gonna be about the time I had to do a group project in health class. Ugh. Okay, so health was an all-around easy, awesome class. Like, you didn't even have to use your textbook. You just freaking typed whatever the heck you want, do discussion boards, it was easy. But towards the end of the semester, like the last project before the big test was, we had to do a group project with 4 people in a group. And it was randomly put into a group because it was an online class, so I didn't know anyone in the class. So this was gonna be a bunch of strangers that I was going there with. So I take some initiative. In the little group they put us in the little discussion group they put us in, I got everyone's phone number and I put us to a group chat. And I started off by saying, hello, and nobody answered. And the next day I was like, hello, and Natasha answers, hey, what's up, boo? I'm like, okay, you should have said that yesterday, but we have time. And I try and get a scheduled time, but it's just me and her. And for some reason, the other 2 guys would not talk in the group chat for some reason. So I emailed both of them. One of them said that they could show up. The other one said he couldn't show up on the day that me and Natasha planned for. So I go back and I ask Natasha, and then the guy that said that he could show up, he joined the group chat and started chatting for some reason before. But he never responded in like complete sentences for some reason. And I was like, what the heck? He's like, he was really short with us. So we set up a time that's like a week and a half before we have to turn in the project, because for some reason they had such busy schedules that they couldn't do anything about it. So I was like, let me write up the rough draft of the report, let me do the visual part, the little PowerPoint, and when we get together they can just sift through everything that I come up with, and they can take out what they want and make it how they want it to look. So I asked them what they want the project to be about, and no one has any idea what they want it to be about. So I was just like, let's just make it about North Korea. And it was health, so we were talking about like health in certain parts of the world, and I was like, North Korea should be really easy. So fast forward to when we're supposed to be getting together to do the project, and I'm sitting in the spot we agreed to meet at in the little coffee shop, and I'm sitting there for like half an hour before anyone even shows up, and I was there late too. Natasha shows up, and we get to just, you know, drink some coffee and hanging out because we wanted to wait till there's at least one other person there. So like a half an hour later, another guy shows up, the one that could show up in the first place. He shows up with his mom, and he would not speak. He was talking through his mom. And so it was us 4, me, Natasha, the guy that shows up, and his mom. And we're like, let's just pull out our laptops and start seeing what we got. Let's like sift through our information. This boy's mother pulls out a stack this large. It was like 300 papers that she just printed off from the internet about North Korea. I was like, none of this has to do with any kind of health. I was like, it's literally tourist information. I was like, what are they talking about? But I figured out it's because he didn't have a laptop. He didn't have a computer. So he printed that all off at the school and then brought it, a big stack for me to read through and put into the paper and the freaking PowerPoint. I was like, oh my God. So I was like, you don't have a computer that you wrote some stuff down on? And he was like, oh yeah, I forgot to bring it. I was like, why the frick did you print all this stuff out? So he tells his mom, you know, go home and get his computer. He was like, yeah, I have a bunch of information. I have everything down. And I was like, oh, that's relieving. I felt like you guys didn't really have anything, because Natasha, all she had was the background for the PowerPoint that she wanted. And that was it. That's the only thing that she had. She was like, yes, I'm sort of an artist. I was like, no, you're sort of lazy. So when the boy's mom returns, he brings back his laptop, and I'm like, okay, let's open this thing up. I open it up. It's like 5 years of sticky orange juice, Doritos, cat hair, and jelly beans all gunked in to the keyboard. Like if you press the button, it stays down and then clicks back up after a second. I'm like, oh my God. So I was like, yeah, pull up the information. And he was like sliding his laptop over to me, and I slid it back. I was like, can you just pull it up, please? And then his mom comes around and she's like pulling up all the information. Literally, what they had on the computer, on the document, was the 1,000,000 pages that they printed out. I was like, you guys just copy and pasted? If this is what you guys had, you never had to bring the laptop. While we're there, we get a text from the other guy that he probably never had plans to show up anyways. He said that he couldn't come because he had to go to a doctor's appointment. Yeah, right. So I get the stack of papers. Natasha, she moseys around on PowerPoint, and this is for like 3 hours. She's moseying around on PowerPoint looking for text styles and backgrounds that she likes. And Dominic just hangs out with his mom. Well, the boy that came. Didn't even say his name. The boy that came, he just hangs out with his mom, and they're just hanging out together. They're all talking and laughing, having a good time. And I'm with the big stack of papers on the internet looking for more information to just complete a final draft and get out of there. Natasha went up to go get some more coffee, and when she did that, the boy moved closer to me to see what I had, and oh my god. I'm not the judgmental type, but he smelled like rotten butt fungus. It was disgusting. I was like, so after I throw up 6 times in my mouth, Natasha comes back and she gets in between us, and I'm like, oh my god. And I tell them, can you guys like look up a couple things on the internet about, you know, what you could bring, so we have a little bit of your guys' wording in there too, so you know it doesn't just sound so one-sided. Natasha, the boy, the mom, they're like, oh no, you're doing a good job, don't worry. They're like, we don't care if it sounds like you're doing a really good job. I was like, So then I continue doing some more stuff, and I was like, why am I even here? After like 30 more minutes, I told them, you know, I really have to go home. I need to get some cleaning done. I didn't think we'd be here for so long. And they were like, yeah, I'm glad we got so much work done. I'm like, we? And then they were like, at the end, we decided, like, the professor has this grading thing at the end where you grade how your partners worked, right? And we all agreed, let's give each other's 5 out of 5 for everything, except for the guy that didn't show up. Let's give him 3 out of 5 for everything. I was like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So I go home, I finish the project, I finish everything by myself, and they text me and they're like, oh, did you get it done? And I just said yes. And they were just like, okay, cool. I was like, oh, thank you, at least one thank you. But in the girl's mind, she was thinking, yes. She was, the entire time, she was like, I'm an artist. I like, this textile is very good for our, you know, the background pictures. And oh, look at this, where the child, yes, I love that picture. Mind you, these are all things that I chose, and then she picked some stuff out of it. And I was like, oh, what an artist you are, ma'am. What an artist you are. The boy didn't care. He sticky laptop and all, was just having a good old time laughing because he looked like he'd never been out the house in 6 days. We turned in the project, and I put, like, there's a part where, you know, I told you can grade 5 out of 5. Everyone got 0 out of 5. Every single person got 0 out of 5. The guy didn't show up. The people that did come, I didn't care. They didn't do anything. No one did anything. So there's like a rating scale, and then you can put a short paragraph on how well, you know, they worked with you and like what they did on the project. You describe what they did and what you did. So my paragraph was like a whole nother North Korea paper about why the heck they didn't do anything in the project. I was like, So I'm pretty sure I got 5 out of 5 for everything. I got a really good grade. I don't know what grade they got, but I hope it wasn't as good as mine, because they did absolutely nothing. I mean, I usually work well in groups, but I was so done with them. I was like, I don't care what happens. I just don't want them to get a good grade on this, because they do not deserve it. I just went back and pulled up my Word document on that North Korea thing. I got so many bad flashbacks. But that's it for today's video, guys. I know it was super short. It was a really short story time, but I just had to get it off my chest, and we need another video out. Remember, I said I'm done slacking on these videos. Real talk. Thank you guys one more time for 1.1K subscribers. We hit it so fast, and I hope we keep on growing, and I'm pretty sure we will. Like, subscribe. If you get to this part of the video, please comment the word cookies, and I know you're a real one. You'll deserve cookies after this. Goodbye, I love you so much!